It is the tipping point of my Tipton Fox Sports 1380. Want to give a shout out to everyone that is tuned in right now. You heard right there on the airwaves, at least, a riveting montage for the LA Dodgers, the new champions. The World Series avoided chaos. I'll get into that in a little bit. Oh my God, like I was so close to the chaos that I crave becoming a thing. The anarchist in me was just so super excited about that. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about today. UTEP postponing a game against the University of North Texas that was supposed to be played this weekend. However, not going to be played now.
Nope.
What they're eyeing is later on in December. Not a big deal, at least not to me. Not a big deal. But then I look at some other stuff that's going on around UTEP, and I will get to that in a little bit. Adrian Zamudio saying, "Go LA Dodgers." I'm happy because the LA Dodgers won or were a real serious champion. I think every champion is a real serious champion. Like it doesn't matter if you won it via cheating or not. Like if you win, you win.
What if he meant World Series and the autocorrect got him?
That might be it too. Yeah, that might be that. But congratulations go out to the Dodgers. They also avoiding disaster, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. So I'll preface it by saying that I saw the pictures without the context, like a little bit earlier today of the celebration. People being like, "Oh my, how could you do this?" And it's kind of like wandering into the middle of a fist fight. Like, man, what's going on here? And I now have that context that I'm sure you will provide as well here, Tim.
Yeah, I'll be giving a little bit of context. That's for sure. I'm not going to do that just yet, though. I am not going to start this show off in the direction that I really, really want to start the show off, and that is just a flamethrower going all over the place. I will not do that. I will refrain from doing that. So I will keep it nice and light, and I'm going to simply ask, did we have a consensus winner yesterday whenever it came down to like our best tacos? Because I don't think anyone actually told us.
I think we got it spread pretty wide out here, being like, "Oh, this place is great. This place is great. This place is great." But there was all kind of like scattershot, and no one really like focused in on one point.
Like no one gave us like who the actual best tacos in El Paso were. And like what I did yesterday, like as I left here, is I went home and on my way home, ordered some tacos from Taco Tote. That's one of my favorite places, and there's one like real close to the house, so like I am super excited about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big fat boy in me is always excited whenever it comes down to that stuff. But are they the best taco in town? Because I don't feel like they're the best tacos in town. Like I do love Tacos Chinapas, but there's not one near me, so I don't like I don't get to hang out there as much. And then like, do we put like the food truck tacos in these conversations? Because I think I've had some pretty good food truck tacos. I just can't remember where they were.
Oh, that's the nature of food trucks, and I feel like that's almost a little bit more like getting to the authenticness there, because let's be honest, tacos were street food to start with, as most great foods were.
Our guy Ruben Venzor saying cheers to another great show, Tip and Andrew.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you're drinking and consuming this as much as you're consuming alcohol as well. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Cody James Bachmeyer getting the GFSF shirt hat that I had the other day. I can't say that acronym.
Yeah, sick throwback. And no, we ain't going to use the dump button over on this station right now.
No, Andrew actually almost had a heart attack as he had to use.
First time I've ever had to have it happen on the show I'm on. It was, you don't expect it. It's kind of like a car crash. You don't expect it coming, and you're never going to forget it either.
I was going to say, no, was that like the first time that you guys actually had to dump somebody?
Surprisingly enough, we've been doing that show, Talk El Paso, for 2 years now, new to the new format we're doing, but I've never had to dump out of someone for using one of those deadly words.
I literally had to like do a double take here and wonder if that was actually said, and it was glorious that the F-bomb was dropped. Oh boy, like he sounded like he was in the middle of something good too, and then he just, that word, you can't use it, you got to go bye-bye.
Yep, you cannot say those things that he said, and that's not a decision that's up to us. We welcome all callers, all types, all opinions on that show, but the FCC will very much come down like a hammer on us, so can't have that. Sorry.
Dan Ornell is blowing my mind right now saying there is a Tacos Chinapas on Saul Kleinfeld and Edgemere. It's not far from our side of town, so now I am super excited about that.
So I may be misremembering, what kind of style does Tacos Chinapas have?
This is like normal street tacos.
Okay, so you got your little corn tortilla or something like that, and then the fillings, and then they have like the giant salsa bar or something.
Our guy Ovi Muniz saying, "Always have an awesome show." Thank you, my guy. Yeah, like they do. They like the salsa bar that they have at Tacos Chinampas is awesome.
So I love that style. That's what really got me hooked on Tacos Don Cuco is that they got that going on, because I think that's probably like the top level authentic in my mind.
Dan O'Neill saying, try Tacos Tamupilas on Rojas and Zaragoza, literally behind the 7-Eleven. So I mean, like I said, I want as many taco places as possible.
Absolutely.
Our friend Blanca saying, yes, love this show, drink to that. I am 100% about it. There might not only be Dr. Pepper in this.
This is probably
yeah, you are, out of both of us, the more reserved one, and that is saying something.
Yeah, it is. F yeah.
See, and I got 3 letters into a 4-letter word yesterday that I could not say on air.
Yeah, we've been walking the knife's edge here lately.
Our guy Brandon the Iceman Cohn told me, he's like, buddy, I heard you whenever you said that. Those of you know, he did host the show as well. He and I did Fire and Ice also, and he told me, buddy, it sounds the same. The FCC doesn't care if it's not spelled the same.
That's what I was saying. Like, we can talk about certain kind of mushrooms all you want, but if you stop in the middle of the word, you still got issues.
Ovi Muniz saying that we're making him hungry now. He really misses Texas.
Oh, yeah. You got to come back. Well, maybe not right now, but in general, yes, we got the goods.
So that's what it is. Like, just come back here in due time.
Yeah, and when the time is right, the tacos will be there.
Because I know my dude Ovi, I know he is in Chicago. So now I've got to know, like, what part of Texas is it that he's been doing his thing.
That's true. Yeah.
So we got to figure that out. Blanca saying, hey, Forrest, it's okay to spike that Dr. Pepper. Who are we to judge?
Very nice.
Magic legs. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's get into the opening tip. Mama told me that this was the opening tip. That was a decent one, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't bad. Yeah,
it's getting better. All I got to do is get back into the swing of things whenever it comes to my Forrest Gump impersonations. Ovi saying that he was at Fort Hood, Texas. If there's anywhere of Texas not to miss, it's Fort Hood.
I could miss Fort Hood from everything I've heard.
Well, but no, that's what I'm saying. Like, did you have like a sentimental value to Fort Hood? Like, that would be the one part of Texas that nobody would have a sentimental value to. Like I have family members that live in Killeen and were stationed at Fort Hood and all that, and I've got zero emotional attachment to that. Like, Fort Hood could literally fall off the face of Texas, and Texas would be fine. Wow, I didn't realize.
Yeah, that you got a lot of pent up there. You all right, Tim?
Some stuff that happened a little earlier this year as far as Fort Hood goes. Not getting into that, staying away from all the serious topics here in the first segment of the show because I don't want to destroy my audience.
We love you.
So I will ask, best Mexican food in town?
Oh, God bless. I got to go with, even if it's not objectively, I got to go with Avila's just because that's like one of the originals, like one of the first ones. Like my family, that was like an institution for us.
Avila's. See, that one's off the top rope for me because I didn't think a lot of people would go Avila's route. Like, I think it's underrated. To me, not the best in town. Like, to me, still, always and forever. I know people are going to give me L&J's. No. Kiki's. Always Kiki's.
I will stand Kiki's Machaca against just about anything else every day of the week. But but I just, again, maybe it's mostly probably a nostalgia thing for me, but I got to go Avila's.
Our friend Blanca saying that her favorite is Tio Juan's restaurant located in the Northeast. I haven't been to the Northeast enough, so I've got to like go out there and check it out. Like, but is Kiki's necessarily considered like the Northeast because it's like on?
That's central now. Like,
is that central? Like the way the city has grown up.
I know the way it is. Like, okay, that like column that's on technically the east side of the mountain, but like both you got to be west of I-10 and south of Fred Wilson, and that is considered central now.
Blanca saying that place is bomb.com. I wonder if anyone has ever, because like, whenever you type that into like a text or something, it'll come up as a link. I wonder what bomb.com created.
If this computer starts smoking, blame Tip.
She's also saying that she goes fat girl status in there. Okay, well, if she's going fat girl status in there, then that means we can go fat boy status in there. Definitely.
Bomb.com does not appear to be an actual website.
I guess because it's just used so much, right? Like that has to be it. Or maybe not. Just so someone has yet to do the bomb.com, which seems like sacrilege to me.
Yeah, that's weird. Get on.
And then going on to say, once again, the fat girl status there at Tio Juan's Mexican restaurant. I want to go check that out as well. Dan Ornella saying, love Kiki's and L&J's, but aren't they more Tex-Mex? I don't think Kiki's is Tex-Mex.
Also, I mean, I feel like the whole Tex-Mex, Tex-Mex like line gets real blurred. Like there's none of these restaurants in town call themselves Tex-Mex. About the only one that's going to be the what's that chain over the fountains? I forget. They came from they moved into town at the Fountains of Farah. Oh, it's going to bug me for a minute. They called themselves Tex-Mex, though.
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. It's like some weird thing. It's like right there, like literally as you're driving down the freeway, you get to see it.
Let me look it up.
I want to say Rudy's, but it's not Rudy's. Also, if you bring Rudy's Barbecue into a conversation about great barbecue, I'm going to slap you.
I hate to tell you, at one point it was rated the best in town by Texas Monthly. I'm just ruining your day there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. And here I was once again trying to keep it nice and light, and I feel like I'm about to go railing on stuff. Those of you that don't know why I'm upset, it's on my Twitter and it's on my Facebook. I decided I was going to go completely destroy some UTEP stands. Blanca saying, yes, Gordos do it best. Hashtag chubby chaser for life. I want to follow that hashtag and see what deep, dark parts of the internet it takes me to.
Say, yeah, make sure you're doing safe search there, Tip.
And then Dan saying that we are referring to Chewy's.
Chewy's, thank you.
Also going on to say that Carnitos Carretero, I probably butchered that.
Querétaro.
There we go. And Corralito offer more traditional dishes as well. I do love Corralito, man.
Corralito's pretty good. And then I guess you got to get into like the regionality of it, because like when you get to like Puerto Vallarta style, I mean, you can get like fusions between even just Mexican food itself. So I guess it depends on what you're calling like traditional and non-Tex-Mex.
Blanca saying that Gabriel's is also really good Mexican food. I think I haven't eaten one of those in a while. Like I think there was one that used to be on like Yarbrough, and that's where I would go eat them at. Like I think that's where it was. Speaking Rock, also like sneaky good food at Speaking Rock.
I've never eaten at Speaking Rock, so you got that one over on me.
Or I'm just really obliterated drunk whenever I'm eating there. Have you noticed how great food tastes wwhenever you are just at that level of S-faced, S-creaked faced? Call back to yesterday. Well, what I wanted to like actually ask too, like going with like the Mexican food and stuff like that, is like, I know Juarez is like the birthplace of the margarita. Who has the best margarita in El Paso? Because like I would put Carlos and Mickey's up there with anybody.
I was just thinking Los Bandidos, the Carlos and Mickey's. They got some pretty good stuff there as well.
Also, our guy Dan Arnell saying, speaking of it, he's having caldo de albóndigas today. Usually prefers that over beef or chicken. What about y'all? Literally any soup to me. But like if you're doing soup because you're cold, like to me, nothing, absolutely nothing beats tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Unless it's chicken and dumplings. So there goes my own thing that I said right there of nothing beats tomato soup except for chicken and dumplings. So I'm sure nothing beats chicken and dumplings except for like a good gnocchi soup. Not one from like Olive Garden, like an actual homemade gnocchi soup. God, I'm fat. And I love it. Blanca coming out with some real sacrilege here saying that she does not like margaritas.
Good luck.
Yeah. My goodness, that hurts just a little bit. More sports, maybe coming back.
So one tequila drink that is very popular elsewhere in Texas, but not here.
Give me a second. What was that?
Okay. So one tequila-based drink that's very popular in like every other part of Texas besides here, it's got to be the Paloma.
The Paloma?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's basically like grapefruit base. It's like really refreshing. It's almost like Sprite, like no, not Sprite, Squirt with like tequila in it.
I mean, I might try that. Like, if you put anything with tequila, I'm happy.
Let me find the best recipe for it here.
Ruben Venzor saying un menudazo from the Good Luck Cafe always hits the spot. This is going to be like the thing that kills me for a lot of people in El Paso. but the one thing that ruins all like my reputation with all of y'all, I am not a fan of menudo. There's just something about
that's
it.
gonna
Like,
go to the issue, Tip.
like I love the hominy, I love the sauce and stuff like that, but the meat, like it's a texture thing with me. Like I can't do the meat.
I mean, the texture is weird. You're not in any way wrong about that. But I guess I didn't like exactly grow up with it. It wasn't really a thing in my family, but I was exposed to it like young enough that I'm like, okay, I'm about it.
Well, my mom used to make it, and like people used to make fun of me because they're like, "Oh, well, you were raised by white people. Like, who's gonna make a good menudo whenever you're a white person?" And whenever they tried my mom's menudo, they were like hooked on it. So, like, she made a really good menudo. It's just like I'm an a-hole who didn't like menudo. Like it's just that. That's the same with like pozole. Like I'm not a big fan of pozole either.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so one of our family traditions, actually, and this is, we're talking white people here, is we do like a Christmas Eve like soup party kind of thing. No one makes menudo, but they do make some pretty bomb caldo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with it. Dan Ornelas is about to kill me right now. He says, "What? No, I got to do it right. What? The Paloma is an absolute favorite tequila-based drink."
You got to tell the people in town that, man, because like no one, like I'll go to bars locally and they'll be like, "What's that?" I'll tell people like, if you try to Paloma, they'll be like, do you mean popcorn? Are you saying popcorn in Spanish wrong? Like, no, I'm not. I'm talking about a drink.
Well, you see, like to me, like I agree with Blanca because she puts right here that she loves tequila straight up and no margaritas. Like if I'm gonna drink tequila, like not straight up where I'm just sipping on it, then it's gonna be in a margarita because like I never did the Paloma thing. But like that sounds great because I love squirt. It's just like even whenever I do like whenever I do tequila shots, I don't put lime and salt in it though. Like you don't get like this by putting lime and salt on your stuff.
Fair enough. Okay, so here's the best recipe I found. You get a grapefruit wedge, fresh grapefruit juice, fresh lime juice, sugar, tequila or mezcal, fancy, and then club soda to mix it all up.
On my way home, I know what I'm buying today.
There you go. Got to report back.
I'm a raging alcoholic.
Yeah, if you're the keyword right now, fun coming in. If you're not listening on the radio.
Fun. All right. We getting ready? I guess so. It is the tipping point with my tipping Fox Sports 1380 and EDM Wednesday. This right here, Plectrum.
Yep.
By our guy, Marky Mix. Friend of the show. Always will be my first producer. You can check it out on the Wolf Rage label. Download it on iTunes, all those great places like that. Turn it up. If this don't get you going, nothing will. You got to check your heartbeat and your pulse. You might have succumbed. We've been talking about soups. We're talking about caldos. I have to say it to the audience that's not the streaming audience. Once again, if you're not streaming the show, you're missing. I understand some of you are out there working. Want to get some shout outs to some people that are out working at like different one of it, like it's so funny because there's a guy that messages me on LinkedIn, works at a detention center, and I'm like, I don't know if he listens to the show as fun or if he's punishing people. So
you should ask him.
I mean, it could go for both. Like you could put this on and waterboard people with it. I feel like you can.
Why is this happening?
It's supposed to be sports. Dan Ornell is giving us a little bit of information here saying that Juarez is the birthplace of the burrito. Favorite burrito? Love me some chicharron or chili relleno burritos. Flat out, if you don't give me a chili relleno burrito, I will slap you.
So my favorite burrito place is, I love that myth though, because it's really hard to prove where a burrito. I mean, it's such a simple concept. You put something in a tortilla. Oh man, we invented that here totally. Like I love the argument here. But I gotta say, one of my favorite places for that is I should have blanked on the name, but always gotta go with. I haven't been there in months. That's the problem. I always get the chili relleno burrito con frijoles, and I like getting the barbacoa if it's a good barbacoa, and then you got to add in like the hot sauce and then the onions to it.
See, I love getting like a chili relleno burrito from Rafa's, the one that's over here off
Rafa's
of
is good.
Montana and Cotton Street. Like that is delicious. I remember like Bonnie's. Remember they used to have like those foot-long burritos and all that stuff?
I never went there.
Oh man, that was over on the east side, like by Montwood and stuff like that. That was like my neck of the woods. That's where I would go and get my burrito on. Oh, it was so good. Made me so happy. I miss big burritos. I do like the one that's kind of down the street.
Remember the name of it offhand because I haven't been there in months.
Cristosimo.
Crisostomo, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's like my go-to burrito place, and only because they make it so simple.
Our friend Blanca saying that she is a sucker for green chili chicken tamales. Here come the 30-pound weight gain holiday season.
Woo! COVID 80, baby.
Hey, I'm about it, man. Like I embrace my thickness, thick with 2 C's. Our friend Blanca also going on to say, your car isn't the way to my heart. You got to get me a food truck. I am about that. You got to have a food truck if you want to get this woman's heart. You can have like the most Bond F-350 of all time, but it better be the food. That is the case, right? Like the way you get to somebody's heart is through the stomach. Obviously, with me, you can tell I'm a very loved individual. But Dan Ornelas, I want to know what you're citing where Juárez is the birthplace of the burrito. Because Andrew's right. Like everyone can say everywhere has been the birthplace of this or that. So I want to know, you're a very intelligent person. I want to know how you came up with Juárez being the birthplace of the burrito. Dan Ornelas also saying that Valentine's Bakery has great burritos. Once again, I'm a fat dude.
Never been there.
Like I am 100% a fat dude. And I will always say, if I go into a bakery, I ain't going for literally anything else.
Okay, I will say that Gussie's tamales, yes, and they're technically a bakery.
I've never like I go into a bakery, I get one track minded, like the big round cookie with the sprinkles on it. That is the easiest way to my heart.
Yeah, some pan dulce really hits the spot, but yeah, Gussie's or even Tamales Lupito over here. I mean, they're both like technically bakeries, but they got the tamale game going on.
Is there any bakery in El Paso better than Bowie Bakery?
I mean, that's where I got my wedding cake from, no lie.
There you go, man. There's not a more ringing endorsement than that. Bowie Bakery, sponsor Talk El Paso with Andrew J. Polk. Nate Panella saying that churros from Juárez are so good.
I have to take your word on it there, but I believe it.
See, and that's like the thing that I miss the most because, like, as I've gotten older, I haven't gone to Juárez as much because whenever I was younger, dude, I was over there all the time because, come on.
I mean,
we all know that reason. Whenever you're a 15-year-old kid that sounds like this and has a beard, you get away with a lot. We know what it is. But the one thing I miss the most is like going to like the mercado and stuff and getting like the enchiladas and getting like, the food like that, like just hanging out, man. Like that's what I miss the most about going over to Juárez. Oh, I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, we are.
It is a part of, and to be honest with you, like you see the front part of the script here.
I mean, frankly,
it is a very food-based script.
It is. We're actually going with the script this time.
Blanca, yeah, that's the only way I can keep to the script. Who do we have on the phone line?
We got Augustine wanting to talk about best burrito.
All right, Augustine, what you got for us for the best burrito? Augustine, are you there? I cannot hear Augustine. Oh, no.
He's on.
Is he?
I can hear him.
I can't hear him at all. Uh-oh. We're going to have to make sure that the output for this one is going to be in program 1. So it's going to be the one that's on top. There we go. Now I can hear that Augustine's there. Okay. What's up, Augustine?
Yeah, yourself and me. So personal hell. What's up? There you go.
There we go. That makes me happy. So we found the one, like the few things we agree with is Rafa's Burritos and Bowie Bakery. I like this. Oh, no. Oh no! Are you bringing me to the subject that I've been like I have consciously avoided this subject because I know I'm about to bring a flamethrower to people?
Yeah,
Are you
absolutely.
bringing me to this subject right now, Augustine? Oh, Augustine, thank you so much for the phone call. You have brought me into the one thing that I did not want to do today, my friend. Thank you so much. Here we go. North Texas was right. North Texas is right.
Yeah.
Blanca wanted to know what it was that Augustine was saying. I apologize for that. We got some weird stream things, but we'll get that going. Augustine was saying that Rafa's Burritos is great and that Bowie Bakery is the best bakery in El Paso. And then he brought me over to this subject where, once again, if you go check out my Twitter at Mr. Tipton33, you can see what I basically did. And I wrote a letter to the stands.
Yeah, the bomb's been dropping all day on this subject.
So, UTEP fan, go ahead. All three of you get together, unite, protest me, do all this. How dare you? How dare you go out and say that UNT needs to forfeit this game for not wanting to play? And then saying that they're scared. They are scared of UTEP. First off, nobody's scared of UTEP. UTEPs have one conference win in 3+ years. And the last time they played each other, UNT won 52-24.
Ouch.
That is an ass whooping. There is no fear here. The fear for UNT, and once again, because I have to do this because that's how my mind goes as I go around roasting people, the fear for UNT is not the University of Texas El Paso.
Yeah, it's not on the field.
It's coming into this area of town where we currently have 13,653 active cases of COVID-19. Yes, UTEP did say that they were not going to allow fans at this game. There are people out there who have said flat out, oh, hey, they can social distance. They can come into El Paso and they won't have to be into contact with anybody. I don't know, sirs and madams, if you have ever played any type of athletic sport, but you have to do this one thing whenever you're done, and that's called eat. Could you imagine trying to get to North Texas after finishing a 3.5-hour football game, more than likely a 4-hour marathon, and then go ahead and say, yeah, I'm not going to eat at all because I can't go around anywhere in that city. It is unfair to ask UNT to come here, deal with the people that they would have to at their hotel, deal with the people that they would have to at any restaurant to try to get stuff, and then hope and pray that there is nobody that they have to deal with at the actual stadium itself that's coming into contact with COVID-19. Denton, Texas, where UNT is located, has a total of 16,000 cases, 16,592 if you want to get exact right there. We currently have active 13,653. We have almost as many active cases as they have had total. They currently have, over there in Denton, Texas, 2,873 positive cases, which means we have 6 times as many. To put that into more perspective here, El Paso's population, according to any type of search that you do, whenever you look up the population of El Paso, currently is 951,000 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
The population for the state of Texas, 29 million. Currently, El Paso's population as a whole makes up 3% of the population of the state of Texas. However, our COVID numbers make up 14% of the state of Texas. That's almost 5 times what our population is in comparison to the state of Texas. Nobody in their right mind should be coming to this city right now. Like, literally nobody. If I lived in Cloudcroft, I would not come to El Paso. If I lived in Las Cruces, I would not come to El Paso. If I still lived in Socorro, I'd have a hard time coming here to El Paso. I have to because I have to work here. How dare we sit there and tell people from like UNT and all these places, oh, you guys need to forfeit. What you're doing is not right. No, what they're doing is the right decision. They're doing the right decision by these players, which never happens in college football. They're looking out for the safety and well-being of these players because we've seen just a constant influx of cases here in the city of El Paso in literally the last week. Almost 8,000 cases in 8 days. Wrap your mind around that, what that number signifies. For the 22nd straight day, we have broken our record for active cases. This reminds me a lot of whenever I was stationed at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, and I hope the Air Force doesn't come after me for saying this. We used to have a ticker outside the gate that would say X amount of days since a DUI, because for some reason that small little base led the country in DUIs.
Oh boy. Okay.
The most it ever got up to was 15.
Oh jeez.
In like a 5.5 month span, they wound up getting rid of that ticker because it was just sad. There was a good 4-week period there where it was stuck at 0.
Oh.
That's what we are right now. That's what this all feels like whenever you look at what's surrounding us here with COVID-19 and all the stuff that's surrounding it. If you're mad at UNT right now and you're a UTEP fan, I totally understand. Like, I get where you're coming from, the disappointment of not playing this game. They didn't cancel it, you idiots. They're playing it in literally a month. Get over it. They did the right decision. They did the right damn thing. Put your ego aside, UTEP, and realize this, that I will be wearing, I have bought, like I ordered, a UNT jersey just to wear because I'm that damn mad at UTEP right now. Come at me, broski, because you know I'm right. You are part of the problem there, UTEP stand, that wants this game to continue. And I have zero problem saying that. More sports coming up next. Damn it, I didn't want to talk about it. Oh.
You gotta give me a half second more to be able to get to that tip.
Hold on. I got to plug you in over here so I can listen to you. I told myself that I was going to bring another set of headphones so that I could listen to you, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you got to give me a half second more to hit the button because damn it, I didn't want to talk about that. Definitely made air.
Hey, I'm good with that.
All right. Shoot.
Welcome, blame Augustine for that, by the way.
I mean,
want to give a shout out to my friends over at Zion's Bow Ties, the I Heart El Paso shirt.
Yeah, that's nice.
This has been my favorite one where Ruben Venzor just put, where he's like, it's a good thing that all the COVID stuff will be over after the election.
Okay, I might be taking this the wrong way, Ruben, because I know a whole lot of people on my other program saying that in earnest here.
There's a part like I'm an optimistic person, you know that. Like I look at the glass half empty 95% of the time, but that 5% I like to own up to, right? I hope that this is a joke, and because Ruben listens to the show, I think of him as a decent person. This please be a joke, Ruben, and if not, just let me know that it's not a joke and hurt my feelings, because I know that you'll be joking that it's not a joke. At least I'll think it like that, and I will continue to live with like the blinders on, and I will be perfectly fine. Blanca saying that I'm so straight up and real, tells it like it is, when it is, how it is. That was the one thing that I did promise that I would do on this show. I have been unfiltered. I have made a lot of people mad, but I have not said anything that has not been true.
I will never lie to you.
What did we say that my campaign slogan was going to be?
I will never lie to you. I will eminent domain your house. I will sell off our parks, and I will tax you into oblivion, but I will never lie to you.
Immoral, but honest. Dan Ornelas, bringing us back to the topic at hand. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Thunder Dan. I wonder if anyone ever called him that. Like, he grew up kind of the same time frame as me with Thunder Dan Marley. So maybe. Saying pineapple tamales from Jefitas Tamales. I think that says Jefitas. Thank me later. Love food. Get in my belly.
I don't think I've ever had pineapple tamales, but we stand Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Ruben saying that he is joking. I'm kind of sad that he didn't like just rail it into my heart.
I just feel like, now let's do this MAGA, baby.
There's like a guy like in my neighborhood who has like a 20-foot Trump flag, and I'm like, hey man, like that's ballsy, especially for here. Yeah, I'm like, hey man, I got respect for you. Might not like it, but I got respect for you. All right, here we go. Oh. It is the tipping point with my tipping Fox Sports 1380 at EDM Wednesday. Andrew, what's the title of this track?
Breathe.
By?
The Prodigy.
There you go. So those of you out there listening, we can play this game with the people on the stream. Download the songs and you can feel like you're listening to the show later. Breathe by Prodigy. Our guy Ruben Venzora, going back to a joke that was said during the break here right before we came back, saying all jokes aside, let's talk sports. Okay. I did want to talk about the World Series.
Of course, yeah.
I just wanted to avoid that entire UTEP topic because that was something that set me off clearly last night as I went Eminem rap battle on people. It was good, though. I felt good. I smoked a cigar afterwards.
Good.
Fun time for your boy. I am still post-coital. Now, looking at...
You are glowing.
Yes, I am. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed. The Dodgers won the World Series yesterday.
If you missed it.
Narrowly avoiding the chaos that I seek and crave. If you missed it, after the game, Justin Turner said that the reason why he was taken out of the game was because he had tested positive for COVID-19. If you were watching the game, you would have realized that he was taken out in the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, weird timing.
Weird timing. Chris Babcock, maybe this is what we got to do. Football kills COVID-19. Just after YISD. That's why they're still playing. I guess Ruben Venzor is like leaving us right now. He says, "Good show, stay safe, y'all." Or maybe like he brought me into the sports talk, and now he's tired of the sports talk. Too much sports.
That's no sports content for the week.
But like whenever you hear that whole story about the Dodgers, like congratulations to the Dodgers. That's great for them.
Yeah, congratulations to it, but it got weird there at the end because of this stuff.
Their first world championship since 1988. Our friend Anthony Snow, I believe he was like a year old at that point in time. This is the first championship for his team that he has actually got to witness. Like, I love that. I love whenever like long-starred fans get a championship. It's something that makes me happy. Whenever I was up in the mothership, a lot of my friends up there, Philadelphia Eagles fans. As a Cowboys fan, I should have been upset, but no. Like, I was glad to see them win because they had never got to witness that before. So if you are a Dodgers fan, congratulations on that. Just know that I am so damn mad that they narrowly missed the chaos that I crave. Because had Blake Snell stayed in that game, and we can talk about that as well, like, what did he get pulled a little too early? Because 73 pitches with 9 strikeouts.
Yeah.
It seems like he might have pulled old boy out a little early. But what happened is that Justin Turner tested positive for COVID-19 in the 8th inning. If Tampa Bay came back and won that game, what would be next?
Oh, God. Yeah, you were saying that you love the chaos there about it. And we were joking about earlier in the show that it must have been a drama-fueled test. Like, there had to be enough drama and dramatics in the situation to allow the test to be completed there. How much more dramatic could be than at the very end of the game, a player has to be pulled. It's like some straight-up, like, melodrama stuff.
I felt it like Maury Povich, like they go to him and they're like, Justin Turner, in the case of COVID-19 versus you are positive. And like, oh my God, like the whole crowd goes wild. COVID-19's like doing a dance, like, yeah, I got him. like that's what it is, man. Like that's exactly what I pictured the way that it should have been. And unfortunately we didn't get that. But once again, congratulations to Tampa Bay or to Tampa Bay as well, making it that far.
Well, yeah.
Being the team with the lowest payroll in baseball, making it to the World Series, going up against a team that had the highest payroll in baseball. No, it wasn't the Yankees. It was the Dodgers.
Really?
Yeah, weird, right? But the Dodgers winning themselves a world championship, the first one since 1988. Congratulations to them. The next question is, does this finally, for all of you sports nerds out there who hate Clayton Kershaw, does this championship, because I always thought baseball was like the one area, the one sport where it didn't matter if you won rings. And we've spoken about this on the show before. But it seems like the one argument that people had against Clayton Kershaw now is that he had never won a championship. Mm-hmm. Does this now solidify him as one of the greatest pitchers of all time? Because there are people out there that will argue he is the greatest pitcher of all time. But does this now solidify that he is at least one of the greatest pitchers of all time?
I think it definitely is a mark in his favor for sure. Even with, though I'm sure all those ring stands are going to say, "Well, this wasn't a real season."
I mean, this needs to be baseball going forward.
frankly, I think this is how you save baseball going forward. People aren't watching sports anymore because they got nothing better to do with their day. They're watching sports because they want to be entertained. So just spending a whole afternoon at a ballpark can't be the model anymore.
No, and then that's also the next thing that I wanted to talk about as we witness now, like this great time that we're living in, as we witness the change in what ratings are, because Major League Baseball this year had some of their lowest ratings of all time. And there's a lot of people out there taking victory laps and stuff like that, like, oh, this is what you get for the BLM stuff and blah, 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 right?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of that in my life, yeah.
But what they don't take into account is that TV ratings do drop drastically during an election year. And now, how many people are actually watching TV to watch the game? Because whenever I watched the majority of the game, it was on an app.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more the route that most people are going now. Like you get to watch it whenever, however you want. You don't have to be at home. Like the way of the DVR, I think, is starting to go extinct because of the fact that you can get literally everything on demand. And the DVR was like a game-changing thing a decade ago. You know what I mean? Like that was awesome. But now we're going, okay, like where do we go now? Because the TV ratings aren't, to me, the truth. I feel like baseball had a great year this year because they won a lot of fans back.
I think so.
So now, like we've really got to start thinking about that stuff. It's like, okay, well, where do we go going forward? Chris Babcock saying that Clayton Kershaw should not ever be considered as the greatest pitcher ever. Pump the brakes, Dodgers fans. And then saying that he saw more baseball via YouTube and an app than on the actual TV. And I feel like that's the way that this is going. So, like, do those ratings, those TV ratings actually matter? Because if you look at what the season was, especially the World Series, it was the lowest rated World Series in the history of baseball by far.
I think the thing that's really going to matter is how well, however, or whatever league is doing, putting out their stuff, how well they can monetize it. Because if you don't have the TV ratings, but you're making, kind of like what the WWE has done, making just gangbusters off their app, who cares about ratings?
And that's the main thing is, like, even with their app, because like the WWE network only has certain things on there. It has all their pay-per-views. But imagine your whole entire audience is able to afford these pay-per-views for $9 a month. Like imagine how much money the Super Bowl would make.
Oh my
The
goodness.
NFL just said, we're putting it on the NFL app, solely on the NFL app and on the NFL network. And now the NFL network is an app that you go buy and you can just watch on demand at any old time. You would be able, like think about that, like if the NFL did that. And once again, NFL network, whenever you do this, some money needs to come this way.
Yeah,
because
we've
we've been
heard
speaking
it first.
about this for a couple of months now. If the NFL put every big game in the history of the NFL on like a thing that you had to pay for, like just a $5 a month subscription, they would be rolling in so much money, it would be disgusting. Because now, like, who cares about TV rights? Like let's be honest. Baseball, maybe because of the amount of money the Dodgers got from their TV rights, but
I mean, I think it'll stick around for a bit, but I think it's going to start declining in importance.
and that's like the best thing right there is like the decline of things like that. Like the TV ratings are going to start declining. I've said this a bunch of times. Mike Rivera rails against it. I love doing these streams because it allows me to talk more and more with y'all as opposed to call into the show and wait on hold and blah, 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 blah. Don't get me wrong. I love whenever you call into the show, 915-544-KTSM. But this right here, I feel is like the future of it because I'm getting to talk to multiple audiences at a different time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it super exciting. Imagine if the NFL was like, okay, well, not only will you do that, but if you subscribe onto this network, we'll give you a different camera angle that you can look at that's strictly in the quarterback's helmet.
Or they put you on the field cam. Like, we'll put you so that you're on, making it look like you can move around angles. Like, there's so much more they can do, and I think that's the way we're going.
Oh, yeah, that's 100% the way we're going. You are asking frivolously for a break, so more sports maybe. I apologize, Andrew. I got excited there. I love technology.
So, Tip, can you see your watch party comments right now?
What's that?
Can you see your watch party comments right now?
I cannot. I was about to ask you about that. If you could give me some of those.
We actually do have a few. So, D-Woo asking who won the KBL. The KBO, I think he means. KBO is still going on, near as I can tell. Top of the standings right now, we got the NC Dinos with a running a 600 win percent. So they got it. But yeah, that league still going. I'm not sure when they end, frankly, at this point.
I hope the KBO never ends. Can you do me a favor? Can you check on our guy? Like whoever's leading the home run race right now, like just the KBO stats, like whoever's leading the home run race. Are there more comments on there? Everyone, I apologize. There's been some sort of thing going on here where I can't see the comments on the watch party for whatever reason. Like I try to go there, and for whatever reason I can't get them. So I guess I'm gonna have to get like another screen or something.
Probably. Okay, so running down some of the comments here real quick in the couple minutes of break we got left. Ovi Muniz checked in at the start of the show. Optimus Prime, Dana Morales. Optimus also said, don't forget to get to Taco Bell today for your free tacos, Doritos Locos taco. Thanks to Mookie Betts for stealing a base. I got mine today.
I was saying Andrew partook in that quickly.
I very much did. Nathan Yetta saying best Mexican food is Juarez. He's in Juarez home, and G is heaven for the churros. And he would say Kiki's is good. Someone saying Pat Vallejo saying Carnitas Caritoro for the mole. And Chris, he switched over streams here, but here's a few things over there. But D Woo coming off the top rope saying Juarez is not the birthplace of the burrito because in 1895, the Diccionario de Mexicanismos by Feliz Ramos y Duarte, the burrito or taco was identified as a regional item from the Mexican state of Guanajuato.
Oh, Dan Ornelas and D Woo. I love this battle.
Yeah, and then
Dan Ornelas said that he was citing, like Dan Ornelas said that he was citing some stuff.
I think Rafa's over near UMC, they have like that on their wall. But again, it's like a mythos. Like it almost doesn't matter if it's true or not because it's like the legend that exists.
It's like every frat house saying that they invented beer pong.
God, yeah.
What was the name of your fraternity again?
Sigma Nu. No, we never claimed that.
Sigma Nu. I just want your phone to hear that to see if you get another ad for Sigma Nu.
Damn you, Tip. And also, we called this yesterday. Jennifer Gonzalez breaking Texas TikTok by calling breakfast tacos burritos.
They are. I mean, I kind of agree with her, man. If it's rolled, it's not a taco.
I'm not disagreeing there either. All right, coming back.
Okay. It is the tipping point with my Tipton Fox Sports 1380. Got my guy Andrew J. Polk hanging out. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Andrew J. Polk, at Talk El Paso. A jam-packed week for you coming up, my friend.
Oh, God bless. If I'm alive by Wednesday, I'll be happy.
And that's the main thing. Get past Tuesday. That's all we need. Get past Tuesday.
Get through Tuesday without having to use the dump button anymore.
What was it that you got to speak about on today's show before you had to use the dump button?
We were talking about, of course, the local COVID situation. I was breaking it down a little bit more with maybe a little less fire than you have been here today, but very similar subjects, as well as talking about some people working to get out the vote. We've been talking today and now tomorrow as well. We'll be with the El Paso Young Democrats and El Paso Young Republicans. They were today, Democrats tomorrow, about what they're doing to get people to the polls, engaging voters, things like that.
Chris Babcock saying, going to a topic we were talking about during the break, Jennifer Gonzalez, we mentioned it yesterday, was her birthday. She broke Texas TikTok by saying that breakfast burritos are not tacos. People just flambéed her for that. Mm-hmm. Chris Babcock saying if it's a flour tortilla, it ain't a taco.
Ooh.
Where do you stand on that? Because I feel like if you got a small flour tortilla, you basically got a gordita.
Okay, I thought about it that way, but I would disagree with you there, because gordita very different. I think it's all about the size, though. Like if you're doing like your regular like supermarket sized flour tortilla, yeah, that's not a taco anymore. Maybe to Andre the Giant, but that's about it.
Blanca saying that there's been so much taco talk that she heard Taco Paso whenever I mentioned it right now. I mean, that would be a show too.
I've been saying, yeah, we'll get that website here before too long.
I was about to say, man, like I am claiming that domain here in a second. This show can't end quick enough. But yeah, I kind of agree with Chris on this, although I will say, like I love flour tortillas more than I love corn tortillas. I'm just not a huge fan of corn tortillas.
It's the application. Like, and I tend to prefer flour as well. Yeah, whenever I ask the question, if they're the same size, I'm going towards flour. But I understand that just the corn that seems to be the standard size. You got your bigger flour than your smaller corn.
Whenever you have like a quesadilla, do you put it on a corn tortilla or a flour tortilla?
I'm doing the whole pan size, so it's going to be flour.
Yeah, okay. See, and that's like my thing too. But I've seen people actually use the corn tortillas. Blanca saying that she begs to differ. She prefers the corn over the flour tortilla. You got to give me examples. Like I need examples in this. You should already know the show by now. You can't say it without giving me an example.
If you bring it up, you got to follow through.
Exactly. We've lost a lot of listeners that way. Have you noticed? Well, like there'll be times when they'll like bring something up, be like, you ain't leaving it there. You got to bring that back.
And then they just ghost us. Yeah, can't handle the fire. Stay out of the kitchen.
So I also wanted to ask, like, going back to some of the food stuff, like I could talk right now about Antonio Brown and his 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Also, pretty cool that the like Tampa Bay or LA was going to win that series, and either Tampa Bay or LA was going to become a 2-title town because of the Lakers winning the NBA championship, and then the Lightning winning the hockey championship, the Stanley Cup. Yes, I know, nerds. I apologize. Who was that? Oh, okay. Like I just saw like some random thing like flash over there. There are ghosts in this building, man.
There are, yes.
And I felt like for a second there I was the only thing, like I was the only one that saw that. So thank you for actually being a real person and not an apparition. Mike Rivera, best Mexican food in El Paso.
Man, that's a tough one.
It's radio. You got to talk into a microphone. You've been doing this longer than any of us here.
I know. I'm trying to give you a quick answer here right now. I mean, off the top of my head,
Corn or flour tortillas?
Corn or flour tortillas?
Oh, flour.
See, and now, like I was feeling good, as Mike Rivera said, flour tortillas here. I was feeling good about my choices, and then having like you and Andrew as my allies, I think I need to change my mind now, man.
No, look, man. Just because we all agree on something doesn't mean it's bad.
The chances are it does. Like that's the main thing here. Chances are it does.
No. Flour tortillas are a gift from God, and that's we should see them that way.
Our friend Blanca saying tacos go on corn tortillas and burritos go on flour tortillas. Period. Can I get an amen and a hallelujah?
I would agree with that. Maybe Joey wouldn't, but
At the very least, the size factor, I'll agree with.
Yeah, and like to me, like, but even if you have like a small tortilla and you roll it up, it's a burrito.
yes,
Or at least like a taquito or a flauta or something. That's not a taco, man.
Yeah, I'll go taquito. Yeah, it's a different form factor.
Where do we stand on Chico's tacos? Are they actual tacos, or should we just call them Chico's flautitas?
Flautitas,
I like
drowning flautitas.
Because that doesn't come off very very good there. Chris Babcock saying Blanca for the win. She did I think she kind of like put us in our place.
I would agree with her.
So you would agree with her, Andrew? You said that you're kind of iffy on it.
Again, the form factor, the size of it. Like if you've got a tiny flour tortilla, like the size of a regular corn tortilla, I'm kind of fine with
What does
it.
it matter anyway? They're all delicious.
Chris Babcock saying tips Taco Paso presents Tour de Taco. Dude, I'm gonna make this happen. I've already been talking about things of making this happen. Chris, you and I need to talk because I do feel like that's going to be something that we need to team up on here.
Absolutely.
Your boy's going to gain at least 750 pounds.
Woo!
I'll be the fattest person walking around El Paso, but you know what else? I'll be the happiest.
Absolutely.
Until Augustine makes me talk about UTEP again. Still a sore subject. I cannot believe he led me. Like you let him do that to me, by the way.
No, I will defend myself on this one. He said, I want to talk about best burrito. That's all he said.
Benched. Mike Rivera, whenever your call screener does not get all the call information on there, who's at fault?
The call screener.
There you go. That is what it is. I tried to stay away. You're benched. You can't be hitting that thing. I tried to stay away from that topic, and Augustine, like a mule to water, my JA was going over there. He led me to it. I was like, oh, by the way, what do you think about UNT? UNT was right.
You can always hang up on them.
Yeah, but in Andrew's defense, like Augustine was very charming about it. Like he was like a snake charmer.
That's his MO. That's what he always does. If you're a call screener, you should know that by now.
Andrew, you're off the bench. by the way. Thank you for.
Because I got to admit, I let one through today on Andrew that cost us both.
See, that's what I was about to say, man. Like you caused.
I caused my own heart attack here earlier today.
Every single one of us were like in this area. All four of us in this
We all
19,000 square foot building of ours. We're in this small area over here.
Yeah.
And every single one of us heard the F-bomb dropped around the world.
By the way, D-Woo adds over on the watch party that the chef expert at KCET insists a taco starts with a corn tortilla.
Oh, so if it has a flour tortilla on it, it's not a taco, it's a burrito. So Jennifer Gonzalez may be right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's right.
We are going to defend her honor against the rest of TikTok, Texas, or Texas TikTok. We will defend her to our dying day. If it's not a corn tortilla, it is not a taco. We have spoken. The tipping point has spoken. Chris Babcock called it an unforced error.
Thank you,
This
Chris.
isn't tennis. This is baseball. It hit his glove. He dropped it. It's an error. That's simple.
Error.
Also, anything that involves Augustine kind of also feels like an error.
Yeah, just by default.
Yeah. So do you take the full error for allowing Augustine to be a part of that?
Oh man, that's a trap.
The Odd Couple coming up next on Fox Sports 1380. Woo!
I would take the error. I'd say my bad.
What a show. I didn't do a lot of show prep because I felt like I needed to stay away from the UTEP thing.
That was a disaster.
Like I really felt like I needed to stay away from the UTEP thing. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the streams, all that good stuff. Thank you for your feedback. I'm gonna go get me some more tacos because I'm a huge fat guy. So bye bye everybody.